Good morning, guys. Welcome. I'll wait till a few people pop on, get started. Wellness Wednesday. I'm going to have an e-shot. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Cheers. If you want to have your own. Cheers. Cheers. Aaron, Lucas, welcome, guys. We got guys today. Pacific Northwest. Tracy, what's up? If you guys are enjoying the spring weather, I know not everyone is having such wonderful weather. Dude, I just saw how much snow is going on in the Northeast, and I think it was raining in California. There you go, Aaron. That's in a couple days. What's up? Hi, Kelly. So if you got snow, drop one of those. If you got sunshine and you want to rub it in, you can share a sunshine comment. I want this to be interactive. So for those of you who might have joined for the first time, it's chilly in Wisconsin. Too bad. It was 60 degrees here in Spokane yesterday. Beautiful. It started raining this morning, and like the smell, I don't know what it is about like weather and smells and rain. You know, there's the summer rain where you have like, I love nothing better than, summer rain on asphalt. It just smells good. And then all of a sudden it is like today, and it smelled like spring, and it was like refreshing, and it's not snow, and I'm good and gone with that. So if you got snow, sorry. So thank you guys for joining. For those of you that are new, this is what I do every week. Little Wellness Wednesday, talk about health, nutrition, all those kind of topics. Katrina missed 75 degrees we had on Sunday. Holy cow, you guys were lucky. It was gorgeous here. And so on Wednesdays, talk about wellness. And last week I talked about mental health, just something randomly that popped up, talking about Kevin Love, who plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And today I wanted to talk about a subject that was brought to my attention yesterday. I get an email every day, Monday through Friday, from Darren Hardy. So Darren Hardy's author, Compound Effect, Success Magazine, former editor. And he has this email. It's called Darren Daily, and he sends it out. And it's a number of different topics. And yesterday he talked about getting physical. It's like, what's this about? And he really challenged people. And he said, hey, I'm going to get rough here, and I'm going to call you out. And you are the way you are by your choices. If you're overweight, it's because of your choices. And, he gets rather in-depth in it, and it talks about the fact that it's emotionally driven. Your emotions drive you to make choices. And if you understand that, give me a thumbs up, because it's when you finally understand those emotions, can you take control over those emotions and create change. And so today we're going to talk about fears and emotions, because my opinion is that, happy emotions drive you to positive, and negative emotions, fears, ultimately drive you to, less than positive emotions. And so kind of want to talk about that and how that revolves around wellness and how that revolves around taking general care of yourself. It's, do you want to take care of your body? Are you willing to, kind of go to the extent of, I'm going to make a actual change in my lifestyle, whether that's for my health, whether that's for my family, whether that's for those around me, or am I fearful of what is going to happen? And so therefore I don't. So obviously, I think some of you know Kelly and I from the fact that we've been involved in health wellness company for the last 7 years, which I've totally enjoyed. It is right in my wheelhouse of, nutrition. It's in my wheelhouse of wellness, fitness, being active in sports. It's also in my wheelhouse of coaching. And, I shared a post yesterday where it is now season of spring and coaching soccer. And in regards to health and wellness, a lot of it is coaching people and helping them change and make changes that's going to benefit them and the people around them. If you have ever made a change nutritionally to help yourself wellness, I want you to share a one. This is interactive today. It's only 10 minutes, but I want you guys to interact and just share with me if you're learning something or where you're at. So if you've ever done anything to change your diet, whatever, it doesn't have to be with a specific company like Isagenix. The products that we use, it could be totally different, whatever, interact. And so part of that is understanding there's a lot of fear sometimes in making changes. Thanks, Kat. People are fearful that, oh, if I all of a sudden change and, I want to change my diet. Oh, great story here. We went to dinner with some great friends last night. It was our friend Karina's birthday. Her birthday will always be infamous for me. Maybe I'll share that story another time. And anyways, they just got done going through Whole30 for last month. And there was a lot of change there. And, I didn't talk about this, but I'm going to make a story. And it's just the catalyst. They went through it and they got through the Whole30 for her birthday, and it's great time to cap it off. But sometimes I wonder is how many times are people fearful that if they make a change, that those around them won't accept it? How much do we want acceptance in life? And we're looking to find that community and trying to fit in. I've talked about that and my insecurities in those areas and in some of my other posts on Facebook. And, so we look at specifically around wellness and around going to work out and, the changes there it makes, or, is your family willing to say, hey, yeah, we need to do something drastically different. We need to do something drastically different, the stuff we put in our body, because we're starting to recognize the stuff we put in our body affects what we look like, how we feel, and how we feel up here. It makes a huge difference. And, so I look at that, they made that commitment, and they made that commitment to change. And how many people around them maybe were like, oh, I can't do that. So often I get it from a fear point of view, talking to people about Isagenix and the nutrition products, which to me, they make life simple. They're completely balanced, all those great things about them, but it's easy. And that's what makes it great for me. And there's a lot of fear sometimes. And people are like, well, what if I go to dinner? Eat. What if I, need to go somewhere for lunch? Eat. What if I need to do this and do that and I'm using these products? Like, the fear of I can't make a positive step because of all the what ifs. I think sometimes, fears and emotions when it comes into bad relationships. I'm not going to break up this significant other. I'm not going to have a, confrontational discussion and, communication with a loved one or a family member or someone because of the fear of how they might react. And so I hold back. And because I hold back, it gets worse and worse and worse. And, there's something in regards to, I think a lot of this sociologically in regards to the fear of change seems so much greater than the pain that you're in, or the pain of change seems so much greater than the pain you're in. And so that's where people end up being in this situation of, dire straits, and they're just so fearful of change. Another kind of, I guess relatability point to this is I was listening to a book the other day. It's called How Full Is Your Bucket, and by Tom Rath. And, he wrote kind of this expert. I was listening to the excerpt. I was listening to my son Braxton, and he asked a lot of questions about it. And he was talking about in the Korean War, a lot of the prisoners of war in North Korea, they didn't have a barbed wire fence. They didn't have armed guards. They didn't have, attack dogs keeping them in. They didn't have like these cells of, like the bars and everything holding them in. And yet they had the most people die. They had the most people, become debilitated at that POW camp than anywhere else. And it was all driven by psychological fears and emotions. They built into them all these fears and all these emotions, and they literally had people curl up in a blanket and die. And it was all psychological. It was nothing physical. And so, talking about this, and thank you guys, keep joining, hop in, share a little emoji, say welcome. If it's sunny where you're at, sunny. If it's snowy or rainy, you don't share that stuff because we don't want that, just sun. And, so talking about wellness is like, this catalyst. You could be a POW in a camp with no guards that are, standing there with rifles holding you in it, and no fences and no barbed wire and all this. And you could be so captivated. You're captive of your emotions that you end up dying because you don't feel that there's any hope. And so when you lose hope, when you lose all hope, dude, it's all gone. And so part of your wellness is having that hope that change is going to yield a result. And don't get, so stuck in the, if it doesn't work now, it's never going to work. No, sometimes you just got to tweak it. Sometimes you have to just make a little switch. And that's okay, because those switches, temper us and help us get better. And all that is driven by emotions. And so fears are, you're not trusting that opportunity to change. And so you can change. And, don't be afraid of, I mentioned the Whole30, and I mentioned, making a nutritional change. And I mentioned, making maybe a fitness change, and that idea that, if I make those changes, I'm going to ostracize. I'm going to, separate myself from that inner circle, close circle that I'm in. You all of a sudden have made the decision that the other side of that couldn't be any better than where I'm at. And maybe that's where God wants to take you, so you do have something better. So you do have a tremendous opportunity, and you do change, and maybe you are able to be more physically active. And maybe it's going to bring you just to tremendous relationships that are going to be that catalyst. I've been talking to a new friend. He's starting a Master Networks group here in Spokane. If you haven't been involved in it, but he's talking about it. And the founder, Chaz Wilson, says you're one connection away from, a tremendous change. And then I butchered that, but that's what I got out of it. And I think that's what it's all about. Sorry about that. Drop this. And so part of that is just, you got to get past that fear and those emotions of fear in order that you make that step. So just make it. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? That is the concrete boots of life. What is the worst thing that could happen? And we get so perplexed. If you've ever thought that, and that has, I'm going to go over today because I'm feeling it. If you want to jump off, you can jump off, and that's cool. And if you've ever been perplexed, you've ever been stuck with concrete boots, and you're just like, I can't move. I want you to just give me a thumbs up. I know I'm asking you to be involved today, because I want to know who out there has had that fear, that emotion of fear, that you're so like, you want it, and you're like, I don't like where I'm at. Thanks, Craig. I don't like where I'm at. I know there's something better out there. No, I'm not going to do it. I want to change my finances. I want to be in better shape. I want that different job. I want to live in a place where it's sunny. No. There's a story my parents have told me that when they graduated college, and my mom has a degree in wildlife management. My dad has a degree in agricultural education. And I think my mom had a job opportunity to move to Wisconsin. And this is a story they've told myself and my siblings several times. And both my parents, as myself, are from Ohio. And she had a job opportunity to go to Wisconsin. And, this is in the early 70s. And my dad at that point is like, I can't move to Wisconsin. That's like outside of and this is the story she tells. I haven't confirmed this with him, so my bad for not getting two sources. And I think that fear of, it could be different, kept him from whatever opportunity. And who knows what could have happened? Maybe God had his hands either way. And that's just an example I know about in my life, my parents that, got perplexed and just kind of stuck. And here's what I can tell you about myself and my experiences is it can be very, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then you do it once and you take that step. And, sometimes you get punched in the nose and, I'm not going to do that again. But then all of a sudden, another chance, you do it again. And then all of a sudden you're like, that wasn't so bad. It's another big decision comes up in life. Another big opportunity comes up and you're like, okay, the last time I did it, or I wanted that time ago, that's what happened. But the last time I did it, I survived. maybe it didn't go perfect, but I made it through. And so, you know what, this time I'm going to have faith, and I'm going to, look for prayer, and I'm going to look for options, and I'm going to do it. And you do it, and you make it through. And then you fast forward and you go through several other opportunities in life, and all of a sudden you're like, show me the biggest fear, because I want to jump off that bridge, because I know it's going to happen. I'm going to sprout wings, and I'm going to soar, and dude, it is fun. I'm at a place in life now, and by those opportunities of like, I don't know what could happen. We could end up like, and you jump off and you see all the, the opportunity, and you're just like, dude, it is the best adrenaline high you will ever get. It is absolutely the best. When you step past those fears and that emotion of it, and you just say, let's go, let's do it. And you see what happens, and you have that mindset of, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make it work, and it's going to take work. And it's going to be a struggle. And when you do that and you see it and you see all the fruit of it, dude, you're like, I can't wait. Where's the next wall? Where's the next roadblock? Where's the next roadblock? Where's the next thing that I can take that stance to go through? Oh my goodness, that is so invigorating. And it really makes me want to run around and say, oh, there's a challenge. Oh, there's a fear. Oh, that door may be shut. Okay, I'm not going to bust through that door, because that isn't always the best option, but let me find a way around it. Let me find a different option. Let me find a different way to go around, because that is so much fun. And I know you can all get there. And so I'm going to wrap up here, because I've taken enough of your time, and I appreciate you guys all watching and sharing and commenting and being engaged. And I just want to, take this opportunity in regards to wellness. Where are you holding back? Where are you fearful from? Are you fearful of, how to make it work? Are you fearful of what the people around you are going to think is, oh, you're going to try that? And no, I'm glad I'm not going to do that, because I know what's going to happen. You're just not going to like it, and you're going to waste all that money. And you're wasting money every day feeling the way you are and not making a change. So which would you rather have? Make a change and feel better, or keep bitching about where you're at? That's kind of where the rubber meets the road. So don't let fears and emotions paralyze you. Look at those as the opportunity to drive you, because they're fun when you do that. Because you're like, oh, I made that. And rock on. What's up? Thank you, Natalie, for joining. So that's Wellness Wednesday for today. That is an extended version. Thank you for joining. And I hope this brings value to you. If it did, share it with someone, because I'd love nothing more than to bring value to a few people. So have a great day, and I will see you again next week.